Kevin Durant becomes the highest NBA player of all time, surpassing LeBron James. This happens after he just signed a new contract extension with the Houston Rockets. Let me read y'all this article from Bleacher Report. It says Kevin Durant will be calling Southeast Texas home past the 2025-26 NBA season. ESPN Shams reported that the 15-time All-Star has agreed to a 2-year, $90 million contract extension with the Houston Rockets, though he maintains a player option for the 2027-28 season. Shams noted that KD made history with this payout. Durant was eligible for a maximum contract of $120 million over 2 years, but he understood when he chose the Rockets as a trade destination that he would be sacrificing money on a new deal, in this case around $30 million, so that the two sides could partner for the long team to give the franchise team-building flexibility. The Rockets acquired Durant in a massive 7-team trade in July. He was entering the final year of his contract, so the possibility remained that this would be a short-term marriage. During Houston's media day in September, the 37-year-old expressed his belief a new deal would be forthcoming. He said, "I do see myself signing a contract extension. I can't tell you exactly when that will be, but I do see it happening." Durant also spoke positively about the improvement Houston made in Ime Udoka's first 2 years as head coach. Just seeing the quick progression of this franchise from where it was right after the Chris Paul, James Harden era to seeing what Ime got here and how it turned around so fast, he said, it just felt organic and natural coming into the gym and being the Houston Rockets for the first time. Finding a number that suited both parties might have been easier said than done, though Durant's stints with the Brooklyn Nets and the Phoenix Suns laid bare how the surefire Hall of Famer provides no guarantees in terms of postseason success at this point in his career. The Suns couldn't even post a winning record despite him logging 62 appearances. Durant averaged 26.6 points on 52.6% shooting, along with 6 rebounds and 4.2 assists. He's still one of the best pure scorers in the league. What he's not anymore in a cornerstone talent who single-handedly puts you in a title contention. In addition, teams around the NBA are being more diligent with their payroll to avoid the penalties that come with entering the first or second aprons of the luxury tax. In the case of the highest spending franchise, the general manager has to be confident that he has a championship caliber roster to justify operating in the tax. Under the last collective bargaining agreement, the Rockets may have had less reservations about putting a max or near max salary on the table for Durant. Now the situation required careful deliberation. The Rockets received a major blow to their title aspirations well before opening night. Point guard Fred VanVleet suffered a torn ACL during a workout. If he manages to play at all this year, he's bound to miss a huge chunk of the regular season. With Durant's extension now in place, Houston will feel confident his championship window stays open for the next few seasons. So, Houston needs a point guard, bruh. Okay, shout out to Kevin Durant. He's earned the most money in NBA history once that contract is up. But at the end of the day, bruh, Houston needs a point guard, okay? Like, we were hearing rumors that they might get Russell Westbrook. That's not going to happen because Russell Westbrook signed with the Sacramento Kings, you know what I'm saying? So, they need a point guard. Do I think they'll make the playoffs this year? Yes. Could they get past the first round? Possibly. But I don't see the Houston Rockets getting to a Western Conference Finals this year. Even when Fred VanVleet comes back from this ACL injury, he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. You don't want him to rush from a serious injury like a hamstring. You look at Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson tore his hamstring. Then he came back, tore the other hamstring. No, I think that was his ACL. Yeah, I think Klay Thompson tore his ACL. But a hamstring injury is very serious. It's not an injury that you want to rush back from, especially if your team is not playing well. So I think the only chance we have of Fred VanVleet coming back for the playoffs is if the Houston Rockets is in playoff contention and they look like they could possibly go all the way. But this is a really good team. They have one of the best coaches in the NBA. I think they have some of the best upcoming young players in the NBA as well. And this team is going to be really good within the next 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? They're just missing that one piece. Like I said, once Fred VanVleet comes back, they will officially be considered a playoff team, like especially against any team. But at the end of the day, they should be trying to get a point guard right now. I don't know what Houston is waiting on. There's not really that many options out there for them. But they got to get a point guard, bro. They don't need somebody that, can score as far as a point guard like a Steph Curry or a Dame Lillard. They just need somebody that can really facilitate the ball, move the ball around, and occasionally knock down some three-pointers. That's it. You don't need a point guard that's going to be a high scorer. You need a point guard that can get the best looks for the other players on the team. And once they get that, I think they'll be fine. So I'm very interested to see who are they going to sign before the start of the season to fill that spot for Fred VanVleet, because the season starts this Friday. And it doesn't look like the Rockets are in any rush to really sign a point guard that's going to fill that void of Fred VanVleet. Doesn't look like they're really rushing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they didn't sign Russell Westbrook. I just feel like it would have been corny seeing Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant on the same team, especially when you consider how Kevin Durant left the OKC Thunder back in the day. It would have made Westbrook just look desperate. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kevin Durant. He is still one of the best. Bro, I think Kevin Durant is the most efficient scorer in the NBA right now. At 37 years old, Kevin Durant is by far the highest scoring efficient player in the NBA right now. He might be the most efficient scorer in NBA history. The guy's shooting 52% at 37 years old while averaging well over 20 points per game. That's insane, bro. That is insane, bro. So shout out to KD. I think everybody that's a true NBA basketball fan wants to see Kevin Durant win a championship outside of Golden State, because if he retires without winning a championship away from Golden State, we're all going to be saying the same thing. You only won that championship because you was on the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, let me know what you guys think about this. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.